They are incredible, Melanie.
Yeah.
So that is the big question. Where will the historic ship eventually end up? Until a final decision is made, I can tell you that at least one veteran that we met out there who actually worked on the ship has some thoughts about her future.
It's quite an honor to be here, really.
Giulio Sicagni says he never expected to see this. The Battleship Texas on the move, and says he's so happy he's at a loss for words.
I don't have much to say about it. I spent 2.5 years on it, but it was a different situation.
A different era and age. Sicagni is a 100-year-old Navy veteran. He served on the historic ship in February of 1940 to July 1942. His son Dan says his father had just turned 19 years old when he boarded and left the ship as a second-class petty officer.
We've been coming out to visit the ship since I was a young kid, like 4 years old. So yeah, it's been interesting to see how things have changed over the years.
And after more than 40 years at the San Jacinto Battleground Historic Site, the vessel is finally off for repairs and headed for Galveston. But where it'll eventually end up is still a question.
I'm glad that they decided to save it, really.
Sky 13's Don Armstrong was over the ship as the tow started just after 6 this morning.
A New York-class battleship.
Renovations on the ship are expected to last 12 to 14 months and includes extensive work on the hull, refurbishing the weapons on board, and hopefully, if more funds are obtained, a new deck and paint. Hard work that Dan says he's heard all about through many of his father's stories about his time aboard Battleship Texas.
One of the more interesting was when they had to paint on the top of the ship, and he was in a seat that nothing below, just the deck. I don't know how many hundred of feet down. So he said that was a tough job.
However, wherever it goes, I presume it'll be in Galveston, but that's great. I think it needs to be someplace where it can be visited a lot.
Well, with that, the chief operating officer for the Battleship Texas Foundation could not agree more. And when we spoke to him earlier this week, he mentioned that the historic ship needs to be in a place that's very visible so they can get 3 times the number of visitors, so it can start to generate more funds to continue and maintain in the future. Melanie?
And that's the big question, isn't it, Rita? Whether or not it will come back here, as he mentioned, that young man mentioned. So many of us have visited it over the years, and I know they would like to see it stay here.
Yes, well, the good news is conversations will begin once repairs start, and so hopefully we'll know within the next couple months.
Well, it was a gorgeous shot and great story. Thank you so much. I can't believe we were able to talk to that man at 100 years old. Thank you.